Welcome back to Playwave, your ultimate destination for all things gaming. In today's adventure, we're diving deep into the mystical world of Hyrule, as we unpack the enigmatic tale of the legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. But before we embark on this epic journey, let's rewind a bit and connect the dots. You see, the Legend of Zelda series is a tapestry of legends, each game weaving its own unique story, yet all linked through the threads of courage, wisdom, and power. From the heroics of the Hero of Time in Ocarina of Time to the dark undertones of Majora's Mask and the high-seas adventures of Wind Waker, our beloved heroes, Link and Zelda, have faced countless trials and foes across time and dimensions. But today, our focus shifts to the shadowy depths of Twilight Princess, a tale that takes a darker turn as Link is drawn into a world consumed by Twilight, where he transforms into a wolf and joins forces with the enigmatic Midna. So, grab your Master Sword and don your green tunic as we delve into the full story of Twilight Princess, unearthing its mysteries, battles, and unforgettable characters. But before we begin, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to Playwave and hit that notification bell, so you never miss an episode of epic gaming lore. In the land of Hyrule, a young man named Link is a ranch worker in the peaceful Ordon village, located in the Ordona province. His trusted mentor, Ruzzle, asks a special favor of him, to deliver a precious gift to the royal family of Hyrule. This task sets the stage for Link's adventure. One day, Link takes on the role of teacher, imparting his knowledge to the village children, Bath, Malo, and Talo. He instructs them in the art of using a slingshot and wields a sword, showcasing his skill and bravery. However, the tranquility is disrupted when Talo spots a mischievous monkey and decides to chase it into the mysterious Faron Woods. Link and the other children follow suit, embarking on a journey into the unknown. As they venture deeper into the dense forest, they stumble upon a startling scene: Talo and the monkey trapped in a cage, surrounded by menacing creatures known as bokoblins. Link's courage is put to the test as he battles these creatures, ultimately defeating them and setting Talo and the monkey free. They return to the safety of the village, where Ruzzle informs Link that he must depart for the kingdom of Hyrule on the following day. The next morning, Link diligently tends to his responsibilities as a goat herder, ensuring that his loyal horse, Epona, is well cared for. However, a troubling discovery is made by his childhood friend, Ilia. She finds that Epona has sustained an injury to her leg, and she chastises Link for being careless with his beloved horse. Link finds himself in a scary situation. A creature called a shadow beast has grabbed him and is trying to strangle him. But Link has a special mark called the Triforce on his hand, and it starts to glow. This glowing makes the shadow beast let go of him. However, it's not all good news, because Link feels a sharp pain and turns into a wolf. He then passes out. Now, as a wolf, Link gets captured and locked up in the dungeons of Hyrule Castle. This castle is covered in a strange darkness called Twilight that has taken over the land. While locked up, Link meets a little creature named Midna. Midna is special too because she has some mysterious powers. She decides to help Link escape, and they both explore the castle. But remember, Link is in his wolf form. During all of this, high in the tallest tower of the castle, Link and Midna find a hidden young woman. She looks like she's wearing a cloak. This young woman is quick to tell Link about how Hyrule ended up covered in twilight. She also reveals something surprising: she's actually Princess Zelda. So, in simple terms, Link gets attacked by a shadow beast, turns into a wolf, gets captured, meets a helpful imp named Midna, and together they discover Princess Zelda in the castle's tower, who explains why Hyrule is in such a strange state. Link being transformed into a wolf and taken to a twilight-covered world. He meets Midna, who tells him that he can't become human again until they work together to save his friends. Link, in his wolf form, returns to his hometown, Ordon village, only to find it overrun by enemies called bokoblins. He gets a sword and shield and is guided by the spirit of Ordon Spring, Ordona. Ordona explains that the land of Hyrule has been covered in twilight by shadow beasts, and Link needs to restore light to Hyrule to become human again. Link's first task is to free the light spirits, and he starts with Faron in the Faron Woods. Faron asks Link to collect tears of light from creatures called insects of darkness to remove the twilight from the woods. After doing so, Link turns back into a human and is given the hero's clothes, a special tunic. Faron reveals that Link is the chosen hero of the gods and that there's a dark power in the forest temple he must obtain. Link goes through the temple, defeats a creature named Diababa, and obtains the dark power known as the Fused Shadow. Midna tells Link that there are 2 more fused shadows in Hyrule, and they need to find them to confront the King of Shadows. Link goes to Eldin Province, which is covered in twilight. In Kakariko Village, he meets Eldin, the light spirit. To bring back light to Eldin Province, Link has to collect tears of light around the village. He also finds the kids from Ordon Village there. Renadu, the village shaman, tells Link that the Gorons on Death Mountain are causing trouble and won't let humans into their mines. Renadu suggests talking to Mayor Bo from Orden Village for a solution. Link calms down his horse, Epona, and heads back to Orden Village to see Mayor Bobo reveals that he earned the Goron's trust by defeating them in a sumo match with iron boots, which he gives to Link. Back in Kakariko Village, Link learns that Colin was kidnapped by the Bulblin's leader, King Bulblin. He chases them with Epona, leading to a horseback battle on the Bridge of Eldon. Link defeats King Bulblin and saves Colin. Link then goes to Death Mountain, where he has a sumo match with Goron Elder Gorkoron, using his iron boots. Gorkoron tells Link that Darbus, the Goron leader, turned into a monster because of a fused shadow's dark power and is sealed inside the mountain. Link agrees to help inside the Goron mines. Link finds Darbus as a flaming monster. He defeats him and gets the fused shadow. Midna tells Link that the Twilight King is Zant, and she opposes his power. Lastly, the relationship between the Gorons and humans in Kakariko Village is fixed, and they are friends again. Link goes to a place called Lanero Province, covered in a strange twilight. In Hyrule Castletown, he finds a girl named Ilia in a bar. She's taking care of a sick Zora child named Rallis. They tell Link that Lake Hylia is in trouble because it's drying up, and the water source, Zora's domain, is frozen. Link travels up Zora's river with the help of a bird called Kargarok and discovers that Zora's domain is under ice. Many Zoras are trapped there. He and his magical companion Midna warp back to Death Mountain and bring a giant volcanic rock to melt the ice and save the Zoras. Queen Rutella's spirit thanks them and explains that shadow beasts attacked and killed her. She sent her son, Prince Rallis, to Hyrule Castle for help but hasn't heard from him. Rutella asks Link to rescue Rallis and promises him the ability to swim in deep water in return. Link and Midna ride the river down to Lake Hylia and meet Lanero, a spirit of light. Link collects the spirit's tears of light to remove the twilight from Hyrule. Lanero tells Link about the fused shadow, a powerful artifact, and the story of the interlopers who tried to control the sacred realm but were sealed away. Link goes back to Telma's bar in Castletown to find Ilia, but she's lost her memory. Telma suggests seeking a shaman in Kakariko Village who can help Gorons and Zoras. On their way, they encounter King Bulblin again and defeat him. Finally, they reach Kakariko Village, where Rallis is left in the care of Renadu and the children. Rutella's spirit appears to Link again in Kakariko Village's graveyard. She thanks him for bringing Rallis there and gives him the Zora armor hidden in King Zora's grave. Rutella asks Link to tell Rallis to not be sad about her death and to live on as king of the Zoras. Then she joins her husband in the afterlife with the Zora armor. Link goes to Lake Hylia and enters the Lakebed Temple. He solves puzzles, defeats a creature called Morpheal, and obtains the final piece of the fused shadow. Link and Midna have collected all the fused shadows, but Zant, the bad guy, attacks them at Lanero Spring. He takes the fused shadows, hurts Midna badly, and puts a curse on Link, turning him into a wolf. Lanero helps them escape to Hyrule Field and tells Link to go to Hyrule Castle to meet Princess Zelda, who might know how to break the curse. Link, still a wolf, carries the injured Midna to Zelda. Midna asks Zelda for help, but Zelda's power can't break the curse. Zelda then tells Link to go to the Sacred Grove to find the Master Sword, which can break the curse. Zelda sacrifices herself to save Midna, and her body disappears. As Link and Midna leave the castle, a magical barrier surrounds it. They head to the Sacred Grove, where Link finds the Master Sword. This sword breaks Zant's curse, allowing Link to transform between his normal self and the wolf form whenever he wants. After Link obtains the Master Sword, he and Midna set out for the Gerudo Desert. Their mission is to locate the Mirror of Twilight, a crucial item required to access the Twilight Realm where Zant, their main adversary, is hiding. Midna, during their journey, discloses her true identity as a member of the Twili, a tribe descended from the Dark Interlopers who were banished to the Twilight Realm long ago. She emphasizes that Zant's mysterious and malevolent power doesn't originate from the Twili, implying he must have gained it from an external source. As the story unfolds, they eventually discover the Mirror of Twilight, but to their dismay, it's shattered into 4 pieces. Only one shard remains in its stand. The ancient sages within the Mirror Chamber reveal a disturbing history. Zant acquired his formidable power from Ganondorf, a notorious sorcerer who had attempted to seize control of the Sacred Realm during the era of the Hero of Time. The sages had condemned Ganondorf to death for his wicked deeds, impaling him with the Sword of the Sages. However, Ganondorf possessed the Triforce of Power, which granted him the ability to survive his execution. He used this power to break free from his chains, eliminate the Sage of Water, and extract the Sword of the Sages from his own chest, leaving behind a glowing wound that he still bears. With their remaining strength, the sages activated the Mirror of Twilight, banishing Ganondorf into the Twilight Realm. Now, Link and Midna bear the immense responsibility of repairing the shattered mirror and ultimately defeating Ganondorf to save their world. Link and his friend Midna go to a cold place called Snow Peak. They get a drawing from Ashay, a friend of theirs, showing a strange creature. Ashay warns them about the harsh weather there. Link talks to a Zora prince named Rallis about the creature in the drawing. Rallis knows about it and gives Link a special earring to use as bait to catch a type of fish called reekfish. This fish has a special smell. Link goes to Zora's domain, catches a reekfish, and follows its smell into the snowy mountains. He finds the creature from the drawing, Yito, who has a piece of a magical mirror. Yito invites Link to his house. His wife, Yetta, is sick, so they lock the mirror shard in their bedroom. Yetta, because of her illness, keeps giving Link the wrong directions to find the bedroom key. Link goes on many adventures in the ruins. Finally, Yetta gets it right, and Link gets the key. Yetta drinks Yito's soup and feels better. She takes Link to the bedroom where the mirror shard is. When she looks into the shard, it changes her into a big ice monster called Blazeta. Link has to fight Blazeta and eventually wins, freeing Yetta from the mirror's control. Link and Midna leave with the mirror shard, and Yito and Yetta are happy together again. Link goes back to the sacred grove to find another mirror shard. To do this, he puts the Master's sword back in its pedestal, which opens the way to the Temple of Time. Inside the temple, he discovers an ancient tool called the Dominion Rod. This rod helps him navigate the temple and fight a corrupted guardian named Armagoma. After defeating Armagoma, Link gets the mirror shard, but the Dominion Rod loses its power once he leaves the temple. Arenadu, from Kakariko village, tells Link that there's a chance to restore Ilia's memory. Link goes on a quest to collect a wooden statue connected to Ilia's past. When he shows it to her, Ilia remembers being held in the hidden village with someone else before escaping to Castle Town. Gorkoron tells Link where the village is and sends Darbus to clear the way. Link helps Darbus and gets to the hidden village, which is overrun by Bulblins. He defeats them, and a person named Impaz, the last villager, thanks Link and gives him Ilia's charm. Back in Kakariko village, Link shows the charm to Ilia, and it restores her memory. She explains that the charm was meant as a gift for Link before he left Orden village and gives it to him. Ilia also mentions that Impaz was waiting for the heavenly messenger with the Rod of the Heavens. This prompts Link to return to the hidden village. When he shows Impaz the Dominion Rod, she gives him the ancient skybook, realizing he's the messenger from the legend. Link goes back to Renado's sanctuary and shows the ancient skybook to Shad, who is investigating a mysterious statue. Shad reads a word from the book, but nothing happens to the statue. He leaves disappointed, but the Dominion Rod's power is restored, revealing that the word was a spell that makes the rod magical. Now, Link's mission is to find skywriting characters from owl statues across Hyrule. Link and his friends return to Renado's sanctuary, where they meet Shad. Shad says a special word in front of a statue, unlocking it. Behind the statue, they find a broken sky cannon. Midna teleports the cannon to Lake Hylia, and Fire agrees to fix it. Once it's repaired, Link uses the cannon to launch himself up to the city in the sky. This is where the final piece of the Mirror of Twilight is. Die in the city, Link sees a dragon flying around, which scares the Uka people who live there. He explores the floating city, climbing higher and higher until he reaches the top. At the pinnacle, he faces a fierce dragon named Argarok. Link manages to defeat the dragon and obtains the final shard of the Mirror of Twilight, which also saves the Uka people from their fear of the dragon. So, Link and his friends go on an adventure, fix a cannon, fly up to a floating city, fight a dragon, and get the last piece of the mirror. Link and Midna go back to the mirror chamber and put together the Mirror of Twilight using the pieces they collected. The ancient sages reveal something important. Midna was originally the ruler of the Twilight, but she was turned into her imp form by Zant, who also took control of her people. Zant did this by suppressing her power. So, Midna had to run away from her own people. The Twilight believed that a hero would come to the Twilight realm in the form of a divine beast, and Midna thought she could use Link to save her realm from Zant. At first, she didn't really care about the world of light. But as she saw Link and Zelda's bravery and sacrifices, she had a change of heart. She realized they needed to save both worlds. To do this, they used the Mirror of Twilight to enter the Twilight realm. They went through the Palace of Twilight and faced Zant. Zant explained that he wanted to become the king of the Twilight, but he was denied that position. So, he turned to a god who gave him the power to take control and cursed Midna. Zant wanted to merge light and shadow to create darkness, following his master's wish. Link fought and defeated Zant, but Midna's curse didn't break because it was Ganondorf's magic. Zant revealed that Ganondorf had returned and would be resurrected. Midna used the fused shadows to destroy Zant and realized that Ganondorf was responsible for the magical barrier over Hyrule Castle. They returned to Hyrule, and Midna used the fused shadows to break the seal around the castle. Inside the castle, they battled many monsters and finally confronted Ganondorf. He had Zelda captive and possessed her body to fight Link. Link managed to defeat him, and Midna used the fused shadows to free Zelda. However, Ganondorf transformed into Ganon for another battle. Link exploited a wound Ganondorf had from the Sword of the Sages to defeat him. Zelda's power saved Midna, reviving her, but Ganondorf transformed into his powerful form, and Midna fought him with the fused shadows. This battle destroyed Hyrule Castle, and Ganondorf seemed to win as he crushed Midna's helmet. He and his minions charged toward Link and Zelda on horseback. Zelda summoned the 4 spirits of light. Who gave her the light arrows? Link and Zelda rode to face Ganondorf on Epona. Zelda used the light arrows to weaken Ganondorf, and Link defeated him in a final battle. Ganondorf was defeated for good when Link drove the Master Sword into his chest. This broke the curse on Midna, and she was revived by the spirits of light, returning to her true form. Link, Zelda, and Midna went to the mirror chamber to say goodbye. Midna cried, and her tear broke the Mirror of Twilight, which was the only way to go between Hyrule and the Twilight Realm. This was done to prevent a tragedy like before. Link put the Master Sword back in the Sacred Grove and the kids from Orton Village returned home. Link rode away on Epona with just his shield, and Ilia saw him leave Orton. Finally, they rebuilt Hyrule Castle's throne room. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the rich and captivating story of The Legends of Zelda: Twilight Princess. We hope this video has shed light on the intricate plot, memorable characters, and the epic adventure that awaits in the Twilight Realm. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of your favorite gaming worlds. And as always, may the Triforce be with you on your own adventures. Until next time, gamers.